After a long day of being pulled in every direction, the last thing anyone wants to think about is what's for dinner. That's where Schwann's can help, with a variety of real food choices, frozen to lock in freshness. From ready-made meals, premium meats and side dishes, to vegetables, ice cream, and more. Schwann's foods go from freezer to table in minutes, not hours, so you can pull off a delicious meal in no time at all. Ordered, delivered, done. That's homemade easy. To help simplify mealtime, visit schwans.com.
Hi, I'm Jay Farner, CEO of Quicken Loans, America's largest mortgage lender. Let's talk credit card debt for a minute. If you feel you're carrying too much of it, you're not alone. The average household in the U.S. carries over $8,000 in credit card debt. Ready for some good news? With a cash-out refinance from Quicken Loans, you can quickly and easily put some of the equity in your home to good use by paying off a lot of that high-interest credit card debt. A great way to take cash out is with our 30-year fixed-rate mortgage. The rate today on our 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 4.375%, APR 4.65%. Call us today at 800-QUICKEN to learn how taking cash out with a 30-year fixed mortgage might be the right solution for you. And for a record 9 years in a row, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction for primary mortgage origination. Call us today at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com.
For J.D. Power award information, visit jdpower.com. Rates subject to change. Pay 2.13% fee to receive this discounted rate. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. License in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
Hi, this is Jim the Keys bartender coming down. I don't know if you heard me twice. It's episode 129. I'm here.
I had your microphone turned off.
Oh, okay. This is Jim the Keys bartender. It's episode 129. I'm here with Bill Witzinger. I can always go say hi. Say again.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
yeah.
your mic's on.
Yeah, no, but my both mics were turned off. I fucked it all up.
Oh, okay.
I had all the wrong buttons pushed.
That's all right. It's all right to start with dead air because people will listen. There was music, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we had music. We're all right.
We had about 4 seconds of dead air.
Oh, okay. 4 seconds is nothing when it comes to that.
Yeah, 4 seconds feels like an eternity when you're on. Though.
Yeah. In the middle of the show, it would be bad. At the beginning, it's nothing. At least that's what I don't know why.
We're going to get people going, oh, is it working? Oh, my radio's glitching.
Oh, yeah. Go fix it. Andy Kaufman did that with his show. He got him to mess with the vertical hold. For some of our younger listeners on televisions, now this cable and all this stuff, you don't have that. They had vertical hold.
Vertical and horizontal.
Yeah, but the big problem was vertical. It would always go, picture would be sliding up it looked like a different, God, what would you call that?
Frequency oscillation.
No, the way it looks like a different cell going up each time. Frames just keep on flipping through, and you just up and up. And so, Andy Kaufman, who used to be he was a comedian, and maybe I shouldn't even reference this. But he purposely did a show on television, a comedy show, and he was talking to Howdy Doody. When he did it, Howdy Doody was Ventura dummy. That was famous in the 50s, and I guess he was
60s.
Yeah, and he's talking to him on his comedy show, and he told whoever was in charge of the camera guy or whatever, the producers, the broadcast output, to go and mess with the vertical hold. So everyone who watched the show would walk over and move their vertical hold, and then that was it. I don't get it.
Yeah, and then you go back to normal, and then it still does it.
And then it's still doing it because you changed it to that.
Yeah.
But that I was equating that to the 4 ounces, 4 seconds.
That was back when we actually had tubes, and you could do things like that.
They still, and they still had vertical hold up until like 12 years ago.
Oh, it's probably longer than that.
Really?
Yeah, when they started going solid state on all the
okay,
on all
20
the stuff. Yeah, probably
20. They used to have these machines. Now you're going to really sound old. They used to have these machines in all the hardware stores.
Yeah, tube testers,
where they were. You could actually fix your television back then.
Yeah, you could.
You could go in and fix your television. Nowadays, when your television breaks, you go and buy a new one. It's broken.
It's cheaper to buy a new television than it is to replace a board.
Yeah, years ago, a color television was a pretty big investment.
Much as a car.
Yeah, and then a lot of the TV you had in your bedroom was normally a black and white, small black and white,
12, 13 inch
inches.
black. 12, 13. The 8-inch ones were expensive because they were small.
Mm-hmm. So here we are at Blackwater Siren. It's where it's happy hour Monday through Friday, 3 to 6. Always having great deals on peel and eat shrimp. All different types of food. They do catch all different times. And as always, they have for $2 what? $2
Bud Light, long necks.
Yeah,
all the time.
Necks, all the time. And it looks like we're getting a lot of visitors in town. It's
a bunch of liveaboards here.
What?
A bunch of liveaboards just coming in to stock up water.
Oh, well, no, there were guests here and stuff like that. It looks like people are actually filing. Their snowbirds are coming in. We actually have people here, people with their family. It is Thanksgiving week, and all the kids are off. But it's beautiful weather down here. It's in the mid-80s or low 80s.
Nice.
It's nice. We're on Blackwater Sound, right on the south side of the Jewfish Creek Bridge. So if you want to stop at a good place with affordable food, there's the Blackwater Siren. You'll find it right here, and you'll find some nice people. You got Jimmy and Ingrid right now. You have Kelly later on, and Phil, and Michelle, I think, maybe in tonight. So a wonderful place, a good time, live music on Friday and Saturday. Well, the title of the show, what was it? I'd rather suck on a lemon. Someone mentioned something about a craft beer. They're coming out. Well, obviously, everyone.
Somebody.
There's craft beers
talking about the new craft beer that's coming out, and we were kind of cracking that there's always a new craft beer coming out.
There's a craft beer, several craft beers every day.
Oh yeah.
I mean, in the United States, every state. I mean,
so I started going through names. I'd rather suck on lemons. Mm-hmm. Pour it back in the horse.
Oh, there's one. Oh, I took a picture. I forgot about the one I took. It's called. I got to whisper because I have my 12-year-old daughter right here with my dog. It's called Balls Deep.
Oh, there you go.
And they have it on tap at some places, and the tap handle is a penis. Or it's shaped like a penis.
Oh, of course.
It's not exactly that, but it's got
close
that.
Enough.
It's skin. It's white skin. I shouldn't say skin tone. That's a racist shit.
Flesh color.
With the flesh. Well, yeah, I know. But if you happen to be Caucasian, it's flesh color. A pretty pale one too. Yeah. But what it is is
I'm not in the habit of getting.
I think, from my perspective, if you have like 20 beers on tap, it makes sense to have that. Maybe like $8 a draft, and it's a novelty thing because I have a feeling that it is shitty beer. Yeah, because any good beer, if you thought it was good beer, you wouldn't name it that because you wouldn't want to miss out on the.
Who knows?
But think about it. Think about if you went to competition and stuff like that, and if it was a really good beer. I think they actually. Come on, think about the handle and all that stuff. They're doing that's a selling technique. Yeah. I bet it's a shitty beer.
Who knows?
That's like when you have high.
Most of those things are shitty beers to me.
There's some really.
I'd rather suck on lemons.
Oh wait a second. Sam Adams used to be a craft beer.
Yeah, I'd still rather suck on a lemon.
Well, Sam Adams, I know. Well, that's your preference, but Sam Adams is a good beer. Everyone, you have to admit that.
It's okay.
Fat Tire, all the big ones around. Blue Moon. Stella's not a craft beer.
Try to put a piece of fruit in my drink. We're gonna have words.
Oh, I know. I mean, but the monks in Trappist monks have been making it in France and Belgium for a while, and in Germany they've been making really good Chimay.
Yeah,
Chimay.
They don't try to put an orange slice in my fucking Chimay.
Well, they do make like a raspberry dessert beer.
Really?
Yeah.
You're shitting me.
Well, they always did it. You know what? They've been doing it longer than they've been making this.
I thought they made.
Well, maybe
every
not.
Chimay I've ever had has been real beer.
You're right. I bet they started doing that, but this was probably less than
some chocolate butterscotch
17 years ago.
Double fucking fudge stout is not beer. That's a fucking dessert.
No, I'm not saying they do that. They did a raspberry one. I remember that was. If you're going to drink, if I had a hankering for a mixed drink that wasn't whiskey, I would go with one of those dessert beers as a light one.
Yeah, no,
maybe. I mean, if that's what I would do.
Closest I'm going to get to that is every once in a while I'll have a pint of cider.
Mm-hmm. A pint?
A pint of
hard cider. Okay. Well, just like what I'm saying is, okay, so considering how shitty the beers is, let me posit this theory. And you call them all shit, right?
Not all of them.
No, they're not good. They're not great.
They're probably good beers. They're just not my
they're
cup
not
of
your
tea.
time. But let's say on their range, like where your range is, let's say it's on my scale taste, Bud Light for you, Bud Light is 100. Let's say that's your whole high.
Well, actually, Bud Light's about a 50, but it's...
From 0 to 100?
Yeah.
What's on 100? The favorite beer?
Oh, I'll probably go with Bass or Harp.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So...
Yeah, high-end lagers, I'm a big fan of those, but I'm not paying fucking $12 for a six-pack.
No, well, whenever they do something outrageous, like have a name like that, except for there's one Australian one I thought was really good called Arrogant Bastard.
I like that.
Arrogant Bastard's in a big bottle, too, so when you walk around with it, it's like you're walking around with, it looks like a 40.
There you go.
But I guess it is a 40 over there, and it was I think it's like 6%. But that's what they do with the IPAs and stuff like that. Some of them got the triple IPAs, and they end up being 10, 11%.
Yeah.
And the alcohol, for some reason, throws off the taste. Like Swamp Ape. You ever have Swamp Ape?
It makes it bitter.
What?
Just makes it bitter.
Yeah. Like an ex-wife or an old girlfriend.
They're all good.
Yeah, they're bitter.
And you know what? Yeah, there's actually a difference. I actually like a pint of bitter. A traditional pint of bitter.
Oh, yeah.
But I still, just the IPAs it's just a different bitter.
Okay. Well, but when it comes to these, I love, you know what? We did in the Rotary, did this thing called Brew on the Bay.
Yeah, we did the Brew on the Canal last year.
Okay, well, the brew on the Bay, we had maybe 80 different, and that's not that many, but 80 different brewers and over 100 and something different beers. And the nice thing about it is you go in there, and for whatever the tickets were at the time, it could have been like $30, $40. You go in there and give you a little 5-ounce tasting cup. Now, that doesn't seem like a lot.
Yeah, after you have 30 of those suckers.
After you have 35 ounces, it's 150. You can't really have all of it.
Well, and once again, if it's a fucking...
I mean, you're going to have you can have 5. No, but you have 5 of 150. Do the math. Yeah. 750 ounces. Let's say they live a little. Let's say you do 3, 450 ounces. That's
3 gallons of beer.
Yeah, 36. Is that what that is? That's around 36 or 40 cans of 12-ounce beer.
Yeah, plenty of beer.
And almost all the beers that you're getting there are a minimum 4%, and they go up to 7%.
There's about 10 beers in a gallon.
Mm-hmm. No, but I'm talking percentage-wise. Let's say it's up 1 and 2%. Yeah. So every time you drink about 10 ounces, like I told you about that Magic Hat. Yeah. You know about Magic Hat?
Yeah.
8%.
Really?
Before when it first came in. Yeah, it was big. It was.
I thought they were a little lighter. I thought because that's actually pretty drinkable.
Yeah, well, I thought it was Magic Cat, but it's Magic Hat, and this was 15 years ago, 16 years ago at my brother's house.
Yeah, no, that one's actually pretty drinkable as far as the IPAs go.
Yeah, well, I drove down from Philadelphia with my then wife, and there was 2 6-packs of Magic Hat in it, ice cold, sitting. He put a couple in the freezer, and every time I took one out, I put one in the freezer. And so my brother goes up and goes, "Hi, how many of those you have?" I said, "What, are you counting them?" He goes, "No, you need to watch it." And I go, "Why?" And I didn't know about. I just knew, like, I thought, like, maybe German
one of those
beers
are
and
2
all
Bud
that.
Lights.
Easy, yeah. So I said 4, and he said, "Oh, you just down 8. How many did you have in an hour?" It's like, that's like drinking 8 to 10 beers an hour.
Yeah. So and
I said, "Oh, well, you know what? I think I had gone to work earlier in the day, and it was like 8 o'clock at night, and I just drove 120 miles, and yep, they caught up. 4
Boom.
hit you all at one time. No matter you haven't eaten, and you're waiting to eat, and then you're drinking 7-8% beer, then all of a sudden, when was the last time you puked?
Probably when I was trying to drink with Russians.
Yeah.
That was intentional. I mean, I actually walked out back and made myself puke just because I knew I was doing that to me.
I don't think not puking is a sign of men, because I haven't done that in a long time. But there's many times I wish I had, and I don't have it. I think I think the severity of the hangover is much worse when you don't get it out of your system.
I'm really, the last time that I puked non-intentionally was probably 20 years ago.
How'd you feel after? Yeah, I don't know from drinking. I don't know if I've ever have since the time I was in my early 20s.
I think after that one, I'm like, we don't never need to get in that boat again.
Yeah. Well, no, but I'm saying, but I still have been hungover. And
Yeah, but
just the people that, what do they call it? It's called toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
When you just get you're severely hungover, but you're going to go to work no matter what.
No, fuck that. I'm going to call in. I'm going to drink the next day.
No, you don't. You go in no matter what.
No, fuck no.
Really?
Yeah. No, I do IT work. I fucking do, unless I got a fucking server install or something that's got to happen by 8. Fuck it. No, I'm tied up with another client right now.
Well, that's the one thing, I'll tell you, the one thing I really enjoy about getting up there in age was 3 o'clock in the morning. You hear stories, people tell stories I work with, and they're not that much younger than me, and physically, I think,
but they're all married musicians.
All the women? What?
The one in particular.
But they go out.
They all go out together.
They go out together.
And they all hang out with musicians. And
2,
3. 5 o'clock in the morning, it's not unusual to be closing down the crib.
Yeah. And if you, I guess, if you don't have to get up till, if you got to work in the morning at 10 o'clock, obviously you have a little more flexibility getting into work at 10 o'clock than someone has to be there at 8. You can marginally do that, but the 4 hours sleep.
It's probably still sucking.
It's horrible. It's got to be horrible. I remember doing that, just going to bed at 6 o'clock and having to get up by 10 and jump in a shower and get to work.
Yeah, I don't even fucking...
What? Don't sleep?
Yeah, I wouldn't even fucking sleep. I wouldn't even fucking try.
Well, I had to go and do, like, weddings the next day and stuff like that. I had to Mater D and do the announcing and all that stuff.
There you
Put
go.
on tuxedo. And it come in, like, all... And all of us, we all looked ghostly pale. As a matter of fact, the owner of the place gave me a membership to when they had tanning salon. Got that, and I was getting tanning salon. Going to the tanning, goes, you got to go to the tanning salon. You got to get out during the daytime, man. You're looking like this other guy. We all look like morticians in tuxedos and shit like that. So
everybody's gonna die.
Mm-hmm. But
Ready for a beer?
We are leading up, and tomorrow we're going to do our Thanksgiving show, and maybe we'll get Luke to talk about at least something he's thankful for.
Yeah, we'll
because you're at it's funny
stuff.
Out of your, I have a general feeling that you're thankful for a lot of things yourself too. You just have we'll talk about that tomorrow. But
I'm thankful I'm smoking a duck.
You smoking a duck?
Yeah, 2 ducks.
Oh, I'm getting it. Okay, I was thinking that was the name for one of your fucking cigars or something like that.
No,
a real duck.
Yeah, 2 whole ducks.
Okay. Yeah, can you smoke a turducken?
Don't start me on fucking turduckens. Why would you do that to a duck? Why? The best part of a duck is all that crispy skin and fat dripping down on the breast and all that. And if you stuff it inside a turkey, you fuck it up.
Yeah. It doesn't get crispy, right?
No, but it makes the turkey taste better, but
because all the grease from the duck?
Yeah, you can also inject a turkey with fucking brine and fucking butter and
duck fat
and get the same effect without fucking a duck up.
Okay.
I do want to stuff a pheasant with a duck.
Okay, a pheasant with a duck. A pheasant's larger than a duck.
No, they're about to be. It'd be kind of a little bit of.
You know, we have a guinea hen on our street.
Do you? Don't tell me about that motherfucker.
Yeah, there's
I'll
one.
Have him,
right.
I'll have him fucking.
Yeah.
I'll have him.
Wait, I think it's a hen, guinea hen.
I'll have that sucker plucked and dressed in a matter of minutes.
It's pretty big too. It looks like it's about 30 pounds.
Ooh,
right?
I'd be brazen. You sure it's guinea hen or a peacock?
A guinea hen. It's a guinea hen because you know what? We didn't know it was up at the top of our street, and we're driving by, and Abby's trying to tell me it's a turkey. Originally, we thought it was a female peacock. Female peacock, and then we're looking at it, had that something on the top of his beak, and then I guess the person that lives there, she adopted it because someone dumped it there. Someone just dumps their pet.
Are you eating that thing?
Yeah, I know. They could have eaten it. What do you do with a? Let's talk about this. This is a good one. You know this. Your country, you know. You get a bird with feathers on it and stuff like that. What do you do? What do you get the feathers off?
Dip it in. There's a couple different ways. They've got. We took an older. I don't know if many of our listeners are old enough, but they had these old ringers on the washers.
I remember those. Yeah.
And we took one and covered in rubber mat.
Yeah.
And what you do is you dip the bird in hot water and you put it against. You get.
It's dead already, right?
It's already dead.
Oh yeah.
Then you get somebody to turn the crank, and then you just run the bird across there, and it shoots all the feathers off.
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
But you kind of blanch it. I guess you're blanching.
It's not even blanch. It's just a quick dip in the water. It just loosens the feathers up in the skin.
Oh, okay. Opens up the pores or whatever, something like that. Oh.
And boom, out they come. And you can pluck them by hand. But like I said, we worked out the rubber roller on the fucking.
Is that kind of like how they do that in industrial processing?
I'm sure they've got a special machine that just drop the duck in or drop the chicken in and it shoots it in and out.
Well, everyone has their traditions. They start doing it now. And in Key Largo, it's just as much. You know, even though we live in paradise, you got, you go into the store and there's tons of turkeys all around and stuff like that. Dude, and I'm not a big fan.
The stores down here, let's see, I got a 17-pound turkey for $5 over the weekend. Mm-hmm. And I got a 23-pound ham for $6.
I know. They practically give that shit away.
Dude.
I remember when you go in there and you buy 100 used to be you buy $100 worth of groceries, they just give you a turkey.
Yeah. No, this one was you buy $30 worth of groceries, they give you turkey for $5.
Well, that's pretty good. Well, I guess that's the same thing.
I'm not cooking it for Thanksgiving; it's in the freezer.
Okay. Well, it's like
going in the smoker.
You know what? Every so often I can eat. I can like turkey soup and shit like that. But you sit me down. There was nothing. I enjoy my family and stuff like that, but there's nothing like. For me, going, on the one day you have off, having to drive, someplace and then drive back. But luckily down here at least, everything's about a half hour, 40 minutes away.
No, nobody's too far away.
Well, actually, my friends,
Sandy and I went down.
We're going to stay at a friend's that's less than a mile away. Yes.
Yeah, a few years ago, Sandy and I went down to Key West for Thanksgiving. That was kind of cool.
I think I remember that. No. What, you went to Thanksgiving in Key West?
Yeah, no, we just drove down there. We did the buffet at one of the hoity-toity hotels down on the,
What was it like in Key West on Thanksgiving? Was there a lot of people?
Same as always, yeah.
Oh, it was pretty crowded?
Yeah, they had a cruise ship in port, so there was a bunch of people around.
Oh, yeah? Was there so there's a lot of places open that weren't closed for Thanksgiving and stuff like that?
Well, I'm sure once you got off Duval, there were a bunch of places closed.
Okay, yeah, but Duval Street.
Shanakey was probably closed, and Hurricane Hole I don't think is ever closed, but...
Oh, here we go. I don't know if you hear it, but we got... Oh. I never noticed those.
Yeah, they're new.
Oh, they are new? Oh, okay. Well, they got a little jet ski going. Is this the Sheehan's?
I have no idea. They're doing a jet ski rental at the boat rental now.
Oh, we're going to see maybe get some deals. You know, just about a week and a half ago, I was on the other side doing a show from here, and I'm thinking next year probably running into it.
You really need to put some oil in that motherfucker.
Yeah, is that what that? Yeah. It's the imperfect understanding of the operation of a jet ski.
Yeah, something like that.
Yes.
When there's a warning buzzer screaming at you, that's usually a bad thing.
I agree with you. on that. Someone's
loud enough to hear over the motor. That means turn the damn thing off.
Mm-hmm. This one of our friends, Paige, her son. Speaking of warning buttons, he was driving a truck he had. They got him for his ride, and he drove around for a week or so with the oil light on.
Oh.
And what do you think happened?
Thinking maybe a rod through the block.
Seized.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that's not as bad as I was thinking.
Really? I mean, it was bad enough that the engine was ruined.
Yeah, no, but you didn't ventilate the crankcase.
Yeah, whatever he do, the engine, whatever he did, they weren't going to fix it.
Yeah, no.
So it's like, I just thought, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, no. Those lights come on, you guys really need to look at that shit.
Yeah, I mean there are things like nowadays with all the computers and stuff like. Oh, you ready for another?
Yeah,
one?
I'm going to go one. You ready for one?
No, I'm not going to.
Okay.
I'm one. I'm just doing one beer because I have my daughter with me. Yep, and Roxy, our dog. Yeah, Sky's off from school this week, so we had our little day out. But being in the Keys, we get to go on the water. I had some friends, and I want to say hello to my friends in Philadelphia. I had some people stop in, friends of Pat, John, Neil, Megan, Heather, Jessica. My friends at McGean's Rock Bottom at Cotman Cottage in Northeast Philadelphia. I listened to some of the BBC podcast, the BBC broadcast of Election Night in America from McGillen's in Philadelphia, that's where BBC covered the recent elections. Bill, I wasn't telling you. McGillen's, I told you about that bar in Philadelphia, the oldest continuously run bar in Philadelphia.
Yep.
From the 1800s. BBC did a broadcast from there on election night because of Philadelphia. They figured Philadelphia and its suburbs are key to a lot. They're essential in elections for some reason, how they're kind of models for how the outside of Philadelphia, it's kind of like it teeters on Republican. And they're very purple. They're purple counties. So McGillen's is in downtown Philadelphia, and we wish them the best. And also, whoever's listening up in Fort Lauderdale, thank you very much. Someone just downloaded
120?
Yep.
Actually, the whole catalog.
The whole catalog of shows. I hope it wasn't accidental. Usually, the niceties of it, we do get drips and drabs during the week. We get generally a pretty decent boost on Tuesday and Wednesday to listeners, but all of a sudden I noticed on a Monday there was a big spike, and I haven't. There's still. I don't know if our friend in Iran's still around. They may have been. The morals police could have stopped them. I think it's called religious police.
I don't know.
They got a group of people. They call them morality police or religious police, or I don't know what the technical term is for that, but they certainly aren't as active as they used to. We wish them well. India too. You know that? I mean, they speak English. There's a lot of English speakers in India, and I did mention on. Maybe I didn't. That if you talk to a telemarketer or service center from India, I mean, I don't have a problem with them people.
Hello, my name is Mark.
The reason why people get all pissed off that Indians or Pakistanis, these call centers, or in other countries, trust me, in another year, they're not even going to, or 2 or 5 years, they're just going to be using AI.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, they're just going to be.
Do, man. You get on the loop with that fucking operator.
Yeah, I mean, but it's just a voice.
Tell us your problem. No, I'm not telling you my fucking problem.
No, but it'll be voice activated. They'll listen to you. I think they're just gauging your voice in the first couple questions and stuff like that. They may ask you something to state your name, say this, blah, 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 and now they'll know what to ask. And eventually,
how mad are you?
Yeah, you think you're pissed off. You're pissed off because you're talking to someone from India or Pakistan or Kenya. Wait until you start talking to a computer. Artificial. They're not as forgiving. You try to yell. They don't. You know, whatever you say.
They just don't care.
They don't care at all. And matter of fact, if you piss them off enough, you know, Skynet. You saw what happened with Skynet and all that stuff. They'll have your phone number and address.
To your house.
Yeah, they'll come over to your house. It'll be pretty sweet. So. Here we are. It looks like the girl's she's not into this right here. She isn't much in podcast, but that's fine. No. We got pizzas sitting at home. I laid out some pizzas. We're going to lay those out, and the dough's rising. And you're going to be playing at 5 o'clock today. You're going to be going to Snooks and playing with Captain Josh.
Yep, Josh, 5 o'clock. Actually, 5:30.
5:30?
Yeah, got to get there at 4:30 set up.
Okay.
What did I have for dinner last? Oh, we did koftas. Koftas and... chicken satay.
What's koftas? You know, fakakta, it sounds like fakakta. Furkakta, you call them koftas.
Kofta.
Kofta. Okay.
Kofta. It's,
so if I put furkakta.
It's Lebanese food.
Oh, is that grape leaves?
No. It's kind of like shawarma, but made with ground product instead of sliced.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So, look at these guys here. How are you doing? All right.
Usually we started at, I don't know, 3:15.
We're talking to someone off mic here. We just asking what time our show starts. Tuesday, but it's always on. It's a podcast.
Oh, it is a podcast?
Yep.
Yes.
So you can always find it.
Yeah. Keys Bartender on any search engine. No, we do sound effects. We talk about cigars, fish, Asian sex dolls. Or European. Doesn't necessarily
it can be the
Asian.
ethnicity of your choice.
Yeah.
I'll come back.
Okay.
I don't think.
I don't have a mic.
Yeah. Someone came by and asked, "Oh, what are you doing?" Just tell.
I don't have a mic for you, but yeah.
Oh, we tell you. Yeah. No, I don't think he quite understands that. We're not going to really talk to him when he comes back from the bathroom.
Yeah,
wait, where's he going to the bathroom over there?
I don't know.
The bathroom's in the opposite direction.
I guess he's probably
he left the building.
Rental person.
Oh yeah, he may be going in the canal. So where are we looking at right now?
Well, we got about 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Hey, I think we're in the magic hour. We're going to start talking about the things we're going to be doing the next we talked about some of our listeners.
Yeah, what are we doing tomorrow? We're doing Blackwater. No, we're doing Shipwrecks, and we're going to have the turkey show.
The turkey show and things we're thankful for, and I'm sure. You know what?
I bet Luke's.
What do you think Luke's going to
weed? Yeah,
but will he bitch about anything? You think if we tell him about thanks?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him the heads up about being. I'd say you can say whatever you want. We're going to talk about things we're thankful for, but you don't have to. I mean,
there's always something on Luke's nerves.
Yeah, something's pissing him off.
There's always something on Luke's nerves.
I was talking to the guys from another band that plays the Freddies.
Oh, yeah.
And they were playing a couple weeks ago at the Big Chill. You hear about their story?
No.
When those rainstorms came, fast movers came moving through. And they played, and Max said, he says, we're playing and, people are giving us money, and we decided to play another song when we should have started covering up.
Yep.
And it just started pouring, and it got soaked, and they put the bags over it and all that stuff. It was already soaked, and then they pulled it all out.
And nothing was working?
No, they said they recovered most of the stuff. It's amazing, You think about it, that's some of the older equipment, I think. Yeah. Because the new stuff, man.
Max got some old Sun equipment.
Yeah, I mean, if you get some of that new stuff, what?
Actually, it really depends on what you got.
You figure if you're going to make a musician, wouldn't that kind of be advantageous if you made something for musicians?
Every piece of electronic kit in my arsenal has printed on it somewhere, not designed for outdoor use.
Do they ever make anything that says for outdoor use on it?
No.
Wouldn't
Because
that
then
be-
the first time it rains and it stops, they have to replace it.
Oh. Well, what they can call moisture resistant, you know? And look, and they're partying on there already. Oh, they left here.
Yep.
Oh, here we go. Well,
I mean, no, they don't even bother calling it moisture resistant. They just say, fuck it, don't use it outside.
they make a shitload of iPhones and shit like that, and the Galaxy that you can dump in a bucket of water and stuff like that. You know, so
Yeah, maybe somebody will start making. I mean, there are some big poly drivers for outside gigs, but they are way beyond the scope of what we carry around for day-to-day use. It's permanent installation stuff.
okay, yeah, like those rocks and all that stuff. there.
No, I'm.
No, I mean they put the stuff in there that they put for outdoor audio.
Right. Well,
They
I'm
put in
talking,
all
I'm
the
talking
different-
about large scale, like public address systems and stadiums and shit like that.
Well, I mean, they got to use materials that are just as
Right.
moisture resistant, that won't corrode due to moisture and things like that. Much like the people around here, because people corrode from the moisture. You can see that from some of the people that live on
It's not the moisture that corrodes, though. It's the alcohol.
the alcohol
moisture
and
that corrodes.
the level of the lack of personal hygiene that some of the people
Boy,
have.
that definitely corrodes a couple of them.
Yes. But you know what? They got almost in any town they have that. And we've had some really good doozies this one. We'll talk some about the stories tomorrow. This is Jim the Keys Bartender. This is episode 129. Oh, we'd like to thank all our listeners once again. And if you can, give us a rating, a review on iTunes. I know it's difficult. I know it's a pain in the ass. So only do it. Well, obviously, if you are listening, I hope if you're listening, you're not one of those haters that just listen to see how stupid we are. Because maybe we are, maybe we're not.
You don't need to listen to do that.
No. But listen, give us a review. The more reviews we have, the higher our visibility is on the ranking of iTunes, and we are getting visibility. We are searchable on iTunes now, and the more we get, the more we pop up. And we are obviously by the name we have, we're very easy to find. If you do put it in there, Keys Bartender, we are number 2 through number 8.
There you go.
Yeah, and come and listen to us wherever you find a podcast tomorrow, starting at 5:00, and we'll be coming from the shipwrecks tomorrow with Luke, Bill, and I.
Yep.
Turn it over to Bill.
There you go. Thank you all. We appreciate you listening. Thank you for spending time with us. I got to go break down and go run and set up and do some more stuff later tonight. And we will catch you guys tomorrow. We'll talk about Thanksgiving traditions and turkey and all sorts of things we're thankful or not thankful for. So thank you all for listening, and we look forward to seeing you guys again tomorrow.
That's a small battery there. What's that guy? What kind of battery is that?
Yeah, that tiny ass battery.
This is Julie.
Hey, calendar, what's my morning like?
Julie's about to have a long day.
At 9 a.m., soccer carpool. 9:10, purchase birthday card. 9:05, dry cleaning.
Did you just go backwards?
I'm sorry, I can't fit that question into your schedule. 9:15, cry for a little bit.
For days that won't end, let Schwann's help. With Schwann's, you can get delicious meals that go from freezer to table in minutes, not hours. Ordered, delivered, done. That's homemade easy. Visit today at schwanns.com.
Hi, it's Jamie, Progressive's Employee of the Month, 2 months in a row. Leave a message at the... Hi, Jamie. It's me, Jamie. I just had a new idea for our song about the Name Your Price tool. So when it's like, tell us what you want to pay, hey, 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 and the trombone goes, blah, 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 and you say, we'll help you find coverage options to fit your budget. Then we just all do finger snaps while a choir goes, savings coming at ya, savings coming at ya. Yes? No? Maybe? Anyway, see you practice tonight. I got new lyrics for the rap break.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.